Welcome into the Jamey Chadwell Show, brought to you by Hendrick Toyota. Third game in 15 days for the Bucs to open this 2015 season. Thursday night, 7 o'clock kick here at Buccaneer Field as CSU takes on ETSU. They'll do so at 1-1 on the season. And Jamey, you guys went to Troy expecting to have an opportunity to win. Final score kind of lopsided, but the way the game played out, you guys had some opportunities.
We did. Disappointed in the way we finished down there. I thought we weathered a storm early, had a chance to cut the lead into going into halftime there, had a fumble in the red zone, and then come out in the third quarter, get a great drive, and just couldn't finish. And I think that was the story of the trip, is we had some chances to make it a ball game and put some pressure on them, and we just couldn't do it. And to their credit, when we gave them an opportunity, they took advantage of it. So the score was, or the game was closer than what the score ended up, but at the end it's a loss. And so we were frustrated by it. More so not that we lost, but really just how we played as a group and as a team. And so we've had a short amount of time for this game to get ready, but we really focused on that. And we're anxious to get back out here on Thursday and get back in the win column.
You roll back into Charleston about 7:30 in the morning on Sunday. No practice on Sunday night, huh?
No, we had planned on it, but I mean, everybody was tired. It was a long trip. Coaches were tired. We were wore out, and I know the players were. And we felt it was best just to give them a day to recover a little bit and try to rest up for a quick turnaround. And we could have practiced, but they'd have been going through the motions, and it'd been like going to the dentist. Nobody likes going to the dentist, so we figured, why not? Let's enjoy the day and try to have 3 good practices before the game.
Quality analogy. When you have a short week like that, I guess the focus is mainly on you in a week like this, right?
It is. You try and you're most to whatever schemes they do, and you try to prepare for it as much as you can. But when you go into a short week, especially coming off a road trip, you limit your package. You try to do some things that are your base stuff, so that you know you're pretty good at. Don't try to do anything fancy and execute that. And you hope and you feel like if you do those things that you're good enough to come out with a victory.
Bucs, as we said, will take on ETSU on Thursday. We'll talk about that game a little later. But first, taking a look back at Saturday's matchup at Troy, and you'd mentioned weathering the storm early. Troy got out real quick in this game with 2 touchdowns.
They did. We were hoping to get off to a great start, and we get a solid, do a little sky kick, try just to catch them off, and do a good job of covering. And so something that we've been practicing, so we're ready for it. And the thing that we do here, I think we come out the first 2 downs and do some really good stuff and get them in 3rd and long, which is where you'd like to be. I thought our defense did a great job of rushing the passer early and putting a little pressure and having a chances to make things happen. And so 3rd and long, we're feeling good about it. Hey, get them off the field, we get the ball. But they get a nice completion here on 3rd down, and then 1st and 10, they run a play and just run right by us for a touchdown.
47-yard touchdown for Teddy Rubin puts Troy on top less than a minute into play. And you mentioned your defense got them into a 3rd and long, but bang, bang, 2 plays, and your offense comes out here. Austin Brown got the start, and you had an opportunity to make a play this first play.
Yeah, we missed a guy there down the middle. We felt like we had from film study, had a chance at a big play and just didn't hit it for whatever reason. And then we come out and, running our option stuff, miss a read there to have a chance to maybe get the ball out. And you go 3 and out. So that's not something you obviously want. And you punt it right back to them in a short field, and they go right back to work.
Troy got good field position often in the first half, made some plays down the field, and really it was big plays that fueled their offense. After this first quarter, your defense settled in nicely for the most part outside of a few plays.
I thought we did. I thought we settled down. We caught up to their speed. Because they did have some guys that could play pretty fast and caught up to the schemes and things that they were showing us. And so what happens is you adjust, and I thought our guys adjusted well after that first quarter.
Troy leads 14-0 just over 3 minutes in. Second touchdown pass to Teddy Rubin, and tailback for Troy able to get a 1st down run here. But your defense active, and I think 9 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, and they get one of those here.
Yeah, it was big because they had a chance to really blow it out early. Troy did, and our guys did a good job stopping. And the punter sort of misses the snap, and we're able to get him down, and a huge play right there that we needed for some momentum. It just goes through his hand a little bit, and he starts worrying about the rush. And you like to think that's because we try to put pressure. Then we blocked some punts in the past, so that was a big play there by Lorenzo Mathis and our guys, and giving us a chance to get the ball down in the red zone. Now we got to go score.
Kyle Copeland in at quarterback, 2 touchdown drives, big in the 3rd quarter against North Greenville. Short field here, he's able to almost take this one to the end zone. Then a a negative play on 2nd and goal and a big touchdown pass here on 3rd and goal to Darius Hammond.
Yeah, this was a big play. We needed a touchdown. We didn't want to settle for points. He throws a nice pass to Darius. Darius goes up and catches the ball. Baddest start as you could, you could have down there, and towards the end of the first quarter we're 14-7. So you're feeling pretty good about it.
Seems like confidence obviously plays a big role for you guys, for any team, but has the last couple of years. And you mentioned kind of getting it taken to you early, but works out you're right in the football game in the first quarter.
Yeah, you want to try to weather the storm. You believe you can make some things happen, and our guys have shown that. And to be able to get that touchdown, we feel pretty good about it. And then we get a bad punt, and they get a great return off of it. They're down inside the the plus 40, so it's not something you want.
Fake end around here, and they're able to hit a big play down the field, maybe a penalty in the backfield too that could have been called there, but they take it down to the 1, take it in next play, and yeah, big plays really just were the story for Troy in this game.
Yeah, when we made them earn their stuff, they had a hard time, but they got behind us a couple times, and when they did that, they got big plays, and we've got to eliminate that. And then what we've got to try to do is we got to try to answer, as an offensive unit. So we're backed up here after I think a penalty, and so we need to try to get a drive going.
Larry Jones, the big play to spark the drive, 31 yards from Kyle Copeland, first of 4 catches on the day, and another big afternoon for Darius Hammond, over 160 yards. He's actually 2nd in the country in rushing now through a couple of games, and he's really had an outstanding start to the season for you guys.
He has. He's done a good job, and he's a good football player. We try to fake a punt here, have a chance to make a play. We don't make it, so we put our defense in a bad situation there. Fortunately, they do a great job of getting us out of it, and then we go on a drive here to try to move the ball and get back in this game.
Nathan Pereira makes a first down catch here, and I think the run I was alluding to right here, Darius gets free up the middle and just finds a way to get through there, and a little more breakaway speed might have gotten himself in the end zone.
Yeah, has a chance. He's a great player. He lacks maybe a little bit of that, but he just finds a way to do things. Great play. Unfortunately for us, we fumbled the very next snap. Got a chance of getting a decent play right there. We're going to be inside the 5-yard line, 2nd and goal, and you get a turnover, and just kills you because you get such a good drive. To our defense's credit, we rushed the quarterback here, do a good job of covering. We feel like this should be a fumble touchdown. They called it a safety, but either way we got some points off of it, which is good.
Brandon Silver's the quarterback for Troy, pretty close there whether it comes out of his hand, but the safety credit to Aaron Brown makes it a 21-9 game at halftime, and you guys got it down to about the 30, I guess, right before halftime, and had several opportunities there in the second quarter, but still a game at halftime.
It was disappointing when you go back and watch it. We had some chances to make some plays and just don't quite make it happen. And you mentioned that drive before half. We had a chance to get it down there and either try to get in field goal range or give us a chance at a Hail Mary, in which we had that shot. So didn't think we played well, but we're in the ball game, and that's all you can ask.
CSU got the football to start the second half, and we'll take a look at the second half after this. You're watching the Jamey Chadwell Show, brought to you by Hendrick Toyota.
3rd and a yard. Hammond behind Brown to his left. Give is for Darius. First down, running left side. Much more. Breaks free into Troy territory. Hammond to the 30, being chased from behind, and he's caught inside the Troy 10-yard line. Darius Hammond elusive at the line of scrimmage, able to slither through. He takes it all the way to the Troy 6.
Big afternoon again for Darius Hammond, 161 yards, 2nd straight career-high rushing total. And Jamey, he's been a special player for you guys the last 2 years on special teams and translating it over to the offensive side this year.
He is. Everybody knows about his prowess there on the special teams and been a difference maker for us. Not that many reps at the running back position because of Christian Reyes and some other things. And now he's getting his shot to sort of be a main ball carrier back there, and he's doing really well. Obviously, he's rushed for over 100 yards both games, but does a great job out of the backfield catching, and he's trying to become a complete football player where he blocks for us and does some things. But we're fortunate to have him, and he's been a big key so far early in the year, and he's going to be a big key for us as we go forward.
Darius, a reason the Bucs got back in the game at halftime. 21-9 scores. The third quarter began, and Jamey, you got the football to open the third quarter, and you controlled the clock throughout the game, almost a 40-minute time possession. You chew up over 6 minutes on this first drive of the third quarter and had a chance to make it a one-score game.
Yeah, that's what's frustrating. You look at the statistics of the game, and you're like, we had the ball this long and we got beat that bad, you know, so it was a frustrating thing. But we get a good drive. We milk the clock here. I think we get it down to almost, like you said, 6 plus 7 minutes that we had the ball, and end up having a great drive and get down into the right on the fringe there, the red zone, but we had some plays that hurt ourselves, where we missed an assignment or we ran the wrong way, and it put us in some third and long situations. You can see here we're at the 30-yard line, and we have a chance at a big play right here.
Kyle going for Darius Hammond, who makes a attempt at a catch, and a close call goes against you guys. An excellent catch by Darius to come back to the ball, but maybe if better protected, it might be bigger.
Yeah, if we had protection there, we mess up a protection, we probably got a touchdown. And when you play teams that are better than you, you can't have those mistakes. And we had too many that cost us from having a chance to win the game.
Solomon Brown with the sack early in that series, but Troy able to right the ship and end up taking a 3-score lead here. Brandon Silvers hands off to Burks here, is able to bounce off a couple of tackles, and they had some skill players, as you expected, that could make some plays.
They did, and when they got out in the open, they were able to do some things to us. We couldn't control them like we needed to, and you know, we've got to, on offense right there, we got to finish that drive, and our defense goes out there a lot of momentum. They end up getting a drive, and now they're 27-9, you know, and it looked like it's going to be a 1-score game. Now they're up 3 touchdowns.
Once again, you guys are able to put a drive together to move it into Troy territory, and you know, it's a broken record, but kind of story of the game. You moved the ball into Troy territory between the 30s for most of the night well, but just couldn't finish.
Yeah, which was the frustrating part. You know, you get such a good chance of down there, and we're right on the fringe of at least making it a ball game and making them feel a little tight about it, and we just do some things that gets us out of whack.
Kyle Copeland makes a nice run there on the keeper, and he's done a nice job here for you these first couple of weeks.
He has. Kyle's came in and played well for us, put us in some positions to score and make some plays, and so pleased with his development a little bit.
CSU gets into a 3rd and long here, and Kyle tries to extend the play, but has to throw it away. You guys end up punting, and Troy's able to make a couple more big plays here early in the 4th to kind of finish the game off.
Yeah, we got them in another 3rd down and long there and have a chance maybe to get the ball back, and then they convert it and go down and make some big plays and drive and score on us.
Troy's going to end up hitting a field goal here to push the lead to 30-9 here early in the 4th quarter, and one of the few short offensive possessions you had in the second half follows, and they come back with another touchdown to push the lead.
Yeah, this was the disappointing drive. We felt like we moved the ball well in the 3rd quarter and come out and go 3 and out right here. I mean, you can't go right back 3 and out, especially after your defense has been on the field for a long drive. And I have a chance to make some plays. We drop a pass there. It's got a chance to split it, and then we end up punting. We just didn't do a very good job in the kicking game this game, especially on the punt, and miss a tackle, and they go score on us. And a guy like that can run, our big guys aren't going to get him, and so he scores, and they just blow it open from there.
64-yard touchdown for Teddy Rubin. He had the 2 touchdown catches in the 1st quarter to kind of set the tone for Troy, and they're able to add another big play in the passing game here on the screenplay, or at least later on in this drive. You are able to put together a drive after it's 44-9 to finish on somewhat of a high note offensively.
Yeah, our guys didn't quit. Obviously, that we got down, and our guys kept playing, which was good. Here's the big run for them right here. We don't fit it the way we need to, and they go score on us. And so it was frustrating that we didn't finish the way we're capable of. But they, to their credit, like I said, they took it to them, and we didn't have an answer for them. But I was pleased that we finished and tried to drive and go score and make some plays, which was good, and be able to get a touchdown and get some other guys in the game. And we can build off of that. There's a lot of things that we can build off of here in our program that'll help us going forward. It's still disappointing because 6-7 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, you're 20 down, 21-9, and 3rd down and 2 from whatever yard line there to have a chance, or 4th down and have a chance to make it a play. So that's the frustrating part of college football, but then there's also, you learn from those things.
A couple of freshmen here on this drive. Sawyer Davis, his first career catch. Keelan Fraze gets himself in the end zone for a 2nd straight week, had a nice run, and catches this one out of the backfield for a 22-yard score.
Yeah, Keelan's has played well in his amount of time that he's got for us, and he's growing up each week and becoming a good, solid football player for us. So we're excited about the potential he's brought to us.
44-16 final score, and you mentioned the frustration out of that game. But again, it's a game where you're playing up a level, a game where you expected to compete, did compete in some ways. Obviously, the expectations for your guys have changed over these last couple of years.
Yeah, and I think one of the most frustrating things we talked about not being able to make it close when we had some chances. But our kicking game, giving up the punt return, we had some penalties. It was probably the worst special teams game that we had. And any time you play a team better than you, no matter your level or up a level, you got to have all your phases playing well to have a chance. And when we didn't do that, it sort of takes the wind out of yourselves there a little bit. But we regroup. We're not going to dwell on it. We learn from it. It's in the past. You get those chances to beat a team or compete against a team that you feel like you have a shot at. Not very often, because we're playing the Alabamas and the Georgias and some of those. So that's, I think, was one of the frustrating parts about it. But we'll learn the things that we need to from it, and it'll make us better in the long run. Which, if that's the case, then hey, that's what it needs to do.
Focus forward for CSU. One of the guys who will help him with that focus, senior cornerback Malcolm Jackson. We give you a chance to get to know him better. You're watching the Jamey Chadwell Show.
Leadership through relationship. That's how Malcolm Jackson fulfills his role as one of Charleston Southern's 4 team captains. Rapport with teammates is priority number 1 for the Bucs senior corner.
Try and build a bond with everybody on the team, so if you are a leader on the team, when you speak and say something, then, they hear you a little more, I feel like that's basically where respect from everybody comes from, honestly, just having that connection with everybody on the team, and then also, making plays on the field, people kind of follow people of action.
Action, 39 games and 21 starts worth of it, is what Jackson has earned since coming to CSU. The North Gwinnett High School product was a major contributor as an underclassman and took a major step forward in 2014. 47 tackles and 4 interceptions, helping the Bucs lead the Big South in total defense, pass defense, and run defense. Jackson's formula for that success?
Hard work. The biggest thing, I can keep on going back to it, Malcolm, he works his butt off. If you tell him he's not doing something, he like to be challenged. That's one thing about him, he's real competitive. And when you got a kid that's real competitive, sometimes you can challenge him, and he responds to that real quick.
Jackson's play, personality, and positivity elicit a response from his teammates. He may not be the most vocal leader, but Jackson's demeanor is contagious, says junior corner Troy McGowans.
He's just so positive all the time. He's the person that can take a negative and somehow find a positive out of it. He's always joyful, the look on his face, the smile. Every day we come out here to practice, he's always the one smiling.
Jackson can't help but smile when he thinks about a former CSU defensive captain, Charles James. Before he was a Hard Knocks star and Baltimore Raven, James helped mentor the Bucs freshman DB into a starting role opposite him at corner for the final 6 games of the 2012 season.
Charles James, he was a big blessing in my life, honestly. He's a big reason I came here, honestly. I learned so much from Charles, and he was such an unselfish player. And I feel like I wanted to be like him, just that unselfish guy who the team can lean on, and make plays. But he taught me a lot about the game.
Student turned teacher, Jackson has paid that lesson forward. McGowans is thankful for the teammate he calls a serious guy with a softer, sensitive side.
Malcolm, he's a leader by example. He's not somebody who's going to tell you something that he's not doing. He'll preach footwork, practice it. Footwork's all about repetition, your body movement. So there's been times where Malcolm came to me as a freshman. He would come to my dorm room, and we would just look in the mirror and just practice DB steps. Something so simple that's helped me so much.
Jackson holds McGowans in high regard as well and hopes to form one of the better starting corner combos around to anchor the Bucs defense.
You always have that bond, for the person on the other side of your other starting corner. And we put in extra work together throughout the summer, last year, this year, just together. I'll be watching film, he'll be watching film, he'll text me and everything. So I feel like we're getting closer and closer just daily. I feel like I'm gonna have a great year and perform like I know I can.
Malcolm Jackson, senior captain for Charleston Southern, a cornerback who's played a lot of football since he was a freshman. And Jamey seems like one of the more well-respected, well-liked guys on your team.
He is very well thought of by his peers and his teammates. He works extremely hard, really cares about the university, cares about our program. He's a great ambassador for our football program. Good young man, on time to graduate. He's going to do big things in whatever he chooses to do. We're thankful he has him. He's not only been basically a 3-year starter for us and played a lot as freshman when we weren't here, but really does a great deal with our young guys and being a mentor to them and trying to show them the way that what a Buccaneer football player needs to be. So he's a blessing to a lot of people.
Pre-professional biology major. What do you know about pre-professional biology?
I know how to dissect a frog, and that's about it from my experiences in high school. I tried to avoid biology as much as I could when I was in college. I'm more of a math guy. That's not true. I'm not a math guy either. I do have a degree in economics. It didn't come from Rutgers, which means it actually probably means something. But he'll be very successful in whatever he chooses to do.
You know, famed economist Milton Friedman, he's a Rutgers graduate.
Really?
Yeah. Fun fact for you.
One of the other economists that I know is from the movie Back to School. You ever see that one when he was the big and tall store? He was an economist.
You're right, he was. Two ends of the spectrum
He was
there,
from New
really.
Jersey.
You know, you couple Malcolm's degree with the fact that he got to experience Big South Media Day. I mean, sky's the limit.
I would hire him tomorrow just because of having the chance and opportunity to work with you on a one-on-one basis individually, and Zeke Bean. I think that would, when he puts that on a resume, it's going to take him over the top when he's trying to apply for med school.
It's going to be game-changing, certainly. You get ETSU Thursday, your alma mater, and I know you've gotten a lot of questions about it, but kind of a cool thing for you.
It is. It's great to have that program back. I'm thankful as an alumni of it that they had the vision to bring it back and see the mistake they made the first time. And so very thankful for the president and the new leadership there that has a vision and wants it to be successful. So, and for us to be able to have a chance to be a part of it, and can't see them play obviously, but do I play against them in their I guess you call it inaugural season back. It's going to be a thrill for us, and I'm glad that we can be a part of their season. Now, hopefully we'll get that win too. You know, I want them to win every game except for this Thursday night.
You played against CSU back in the day once, didn't you?
I did back in, I think it was 97 or 98, I can't remember. Might have been both years. I think it was just 98. And so, and then when I was coaching, we came down here in I think the year 2000 and played CSU. I never thought I would be here, obviously, in that capacity. So, and so it's, you look back on that time and it's just funny how things worked out.
Game or moment that sticks out from your playing career there?
I didn't play much, so most of the thing that stuck out for me probably would be, you know, calling plays on the sideline or something. But we were playing. Let's see, one for me. We were playing UT Chattanooga my senior year, and I'm playing, and we're down. I come in, and we needed that game to secure a winning season because we were playing a Division I school the next week, and our quarterback at the time wasn't playing very well, so I come in, I think, at the end of the first quarter, and we ended up winning the game, and was able to, we took a knee at the end of it, but it was mostly all seniors, offensive line and stuff, and it was cool just to be out there with those guys and win that game, but just that was sort of your last time playing in the mini dome, and so it's something I remember.
As far as this week's game is concerned, we talk about the focus on you, but an ETSU team, first-year program, 0-2, and obviously a lot of freshmen and redshirt freshmen. What do you see when you pop on their film?
Well, they're coached well. They're making, you know, tons of mistakes. I know the freshmen we have that make mistakes, and they're playing with 22 of them. You know, so they're going through some growing pains, but they play hard, and the schemes that they do challenge you. You know, I mean, so they're getting coached very well, which you'd expect, and so we feel like if we'll play the game that we're capable of, we can come out and play really well against them. They're going to, as I said, provide some difficult challenges for us, but I feel like in the short week we've had, we've prepared well for them, and our guys are coming out ready to play to really get that last game off of us.
Another Thursday night, under the lights, 7 o'clock kickoff against ETSU. That's tomorrow here at Buccaneer Field. For Jamey Chadwell, my name is Kevin O'Rourke. Thanks for watching the Jamey Chadwell Show, brought to you by Hendrick Toyota.